Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. Voltron! Alright, it's finally arrived. After, like, what, a year worth of waiting, Black Lion finally came in. So here's going to be a quick, basic review of the Lions, the Voltron Force team, and Voltron. So Yellow Lion comes with Hunk in his second head. Here you have Lance. He had a second head. I don't know where it is. And you got Keith, official with 70s and 80s mullet. Look at that. That's pretty priceless. Then you have Princess Allura, and then Pidge. I still am confused at what this is supposed to be. Now just be clear. Are you a guy? Are you a girl? Or what are you? Each lion comes with their own weapon. You can see there's the red lion's weapon. And then you have two swords. Here's a size comparison with the Classics 6-inch Leonardo figure. So you can see the Black Lion just stands a little bit larger than that. Then here's the Fall of Cybertron Small Deluxe Optimus, which in my opinion fits better in scale with the Voltron Lions. Not a huge fan of the Voltron team being G.I. Joe size. It just really takes away from the overall scale of what Voltron is supposed to be. It's supposed to be huge. So you just take the weapons out of the mouth. It can hold them. So let's get ready to show you the key. They all come with the key. It pops open part of the lion, and the pilot can fit in the cockpit. You know, this is Hunk, the typical 80s brute, and it closes in and you can hide them away. Again, size, I don't really like the size. Oh, and also the key acts as a stand. But you know, I get the idea of having the figures in that scale so they could actually be figures. And with transformation, it's rather basic. You can hear they have clicky joints. But the problem with those click joints is they're spring loaded. Yes. And this will happen constantly. It's not bad on all of them, but mainly the Yellow Lion I have trouble with. The legs are constantly popping out. That's the one thing that's the one weakness to this figure, is that spring-loaded mechanism. I understand the idea of a gimmick, but they could have just done without it and had some really cool, strong ratcheting joints. There you go. That's the transformation. I like it. Very cartoon accurate. Very 80s accurate. And there's the tail, which on these guys are spring-loaded as well on the arms, on green and red. And then you pull that down, and you have a connector which inserts into the shoulder. Really strong elbows, and you have wrist movement, which is at the head. Same transformation for Red Lion. And there's the push button gimmick for the legs, which saves all but 3 seconds if you wanted to transform them and not have a spring-loaded gimmick. I'm curious if they re-release this in a box set or something, if they would remove the spring gimmick and just keep the joint strong. Yes, I'm enjoying some coffee while I watch this video and talk about it. See, there you go, the leg. Bam! Popping right out. Popping out again when you move down the shoulder insert joint. There you have the basic lyings. Get them? Get it? Lyings. Because they're lying down. Yeah, this is not your typical nerd review, but it apparently is sounding that way at the moment. So we get the Black Lion. We can pull a Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. Black Lion! Oh no! Good lord! So here's another aspect of the design that I'm not really fond of. The legs sticking out of the back. I'm pretty sure that's how it was in the cartoon though, but I remember the toy you could fold the arms up and hide them away, which just made a much nicer aesthetic for the view of the figure, for the overall look. Then you have the wings that fold up. The one on the right side there kind of pops over, and you can't really fix it by rotating it, so it doesn't really stay in a V shape. It kind of starts creating a U shape with that one that keeps moving. And with the feet, transform, pop out, very strong joints there. Mattel did a great job with this, except for the spring-loaded transformation. Tail just pushes up. Nothing really there to latch it in. It just holds by friction. You got the crest. Colors look good. It's muted white, and the basic colors of Voltron. And to transform him, you get the unsuspecting yellow and blue lions, and he pops in. He's like, "Hey there! Whoa! Didn't see that one coming, did you?" And as you can see, he's already huge. And then you push the arm in. You can push in the chest. And you don't really need to push that hard for the arm. I was just making sure that he was in there, and it doesn't have to go in very far. And look, there goes the leg again, just by pushing in the arm. The chest is spring-loaded, so the head pops down and reveals the face of Voltron, which is a nice sculpt. It looks horrible in pictures. The lips look really weird in the photos and the other videos I've seen. As for articulation, really strong ratcheting shoulder joints, in and out. There's elbow. Yeah, they're very strong. But they have to be on a figure this size. You know, if not, it would just be flopping around all over the place. And to my surprise, you might have to give it a little twist when you first get it, but it has waist articulation. Waist articulation on a 24-inch Voltron. Rather nifty. The head turns, not on a ball joint. Trying to adjust the wings because that one little thing kind of bugs me a bit. Or maybe the more I mess with it, I can figure it out. And there you go again with the yellow lion not staying in place. So this was something I figured out. It may look like it's in place, but move it, bam. But it does have that nice thigh articulation. If it had thigh swivel, that would have made a world of difference with posing. So what you need to do is make sure, as I tried several times and discovered, what? What's going on here? That needs to be straight down. And there you go. Straight down, and it snaps into place. And you can get some decent poses with him. Now like Pixel Dan mentioned, the joints in the thighs or hips aren't really, they're really strong, so to find that sweet spot that you want to have it posed, you know, you just have to mess around with it. Overall, very impressed with the figure. Very impressed. I think anyone who likes giant robots, anyone who has some old school Shogun warriors, get some more Shogun warriors like this. As for the swords, the swords, You have a peg on the handle and on the inside of each of the lion's mouth that can go in and be held. There's also a stand that comes with the Black Lion and Keith that allows you to hold the swords. So there he is. And seriously, videos do nothing for this guy. You'll understand if you see him in person. Very cool. Very, very cool. Now, size comparison. Here he is with Masterpiece Grimlock. The Fall of Cybertron Optimus Prime again, which to me is a great scale. And then we also have the MP10 Masterpiece Optimus Prime. This is the Toys R Us edition. So as you can see, he's gonna pretty much tower over everything. I think he's just the same size or maybe a little bit bigger than your Fort Max, if you have one. So for giant robot collectors and fans, this is definitely something to have in your collection. Mattel did a great job with this. Again, the only flaw really is the spring-loaded transformation auto thing. Other than that, we're ready to paint him up. See what he looks like in metallics. A little bit of battle wear. What do you mean you're the first combiner?